Hi, welcome back to Legal Edge's 3-year LLB official YouTube channel. I am Shanabaz and I am going to I am going to analyze the complete paper of Kerala Law Entrance Examination, which recently was conducted on 1st of June. In this session, if you are aspiring for Kerala Law Entrance Examinations for the 3-year LLB courses, this video is going to be very important for all of you because I'll be doing a complete paper analysis where I'll be explaining you how was the paper, what's the paper pattern, what all sections were there, and what all important topics were asked, so that you can create a roadmap or a strategy. If you have already prepared for this paper, by watching this video till end, you can actually analyze, okay, was the paper difficult or easy or moderate, and how much you will be scoring by listening to, by watching to this analysis of Kerala Law Entrance Examination. Now, for those students who are not aware of this paper, Kerala Law Entrance Examination is basically for two categories. One is 3-year LLB and one is for 5-year LLB. In this session, we are covering their 3-year LLB examination, through which you can go into all the law schools of Kerala, accepting this score for their 3-year LLB program. So let's check the basic highlights of the paper. The paper was conducted on 1st of June 2025. Let me take out my pen. So paper was conducted on 1st of June 2025. There were 120 questions asked, and total marks for 120 questions are 360, and the duration of the paper was 2 hours. That means the marking scheme was 3 for correct answers and -1 for incorrect answers. Unlike NLSIU, where they deduct your marks even for leaving the question, here there is no such rule or there is no such guideline. You can skip the questions, but if you mark incorrect, you will lose 1 mark. The paper happens in CBT mode, that is computer based test, and you have to visit the official test centers to appear for this paper. As far as after discussing it with the students who all appear in this paper, they have said that there is no sectional time limit as of uh, so you are free to shuffle in the sections. There's no as such sectional time limit, and that is also not given on the notification. The type of questions they will be asking is multiple choice question. So each question will have 4 options, and you have to mark the right answer for 3 marks. Wrong answer, you'll be deducted 1 mark. So this is the basic structure of the examination. In the 2025 session, there were 4 sections which were asked. One, English. So question number 1 to 36 was from English section. That roughly makes 30% weightage of the question paper. The second section was GK, including the current affairs. It was from 37 to 63, and it carried 20% weightage of overall 120 questions. Talking about the arithmetic and mental ability, basically the mathematics part, elementary mathematics and LR part, question number 64 to 78, the least weightage of the section, the it was 9%. So mathematics LR comprises only 9% of the total section, total paper. And the fourth section was legal aptitude, including the constitution and the legal GK. It was from question number 79 to 120, and it was one of the highest weightage section. That means if we align the sections in the weightage order, the descending weightage order, legal aptitude stands on the highest weightage. Second will be English, third will be GK, and fourth will be arithmetic and mental ability. So this is how the paper looks like. If you're preparing for KLE, you're aspiring for KLE, you have to prepare all these 4 sections. Now, let's check what things were asked in each of the questions. But before that, Legal Edge is here with its exclusive NLSAT year-long batches. Now, if you all are looking to go for NLSIU's 3-year LLB program, we are offering a complete year-long program where we'll be covering not only NLSAT, but there will be 4 or 5 more examinations which will be the part of this program. In this batch, you'll be getting live interactive classes on weekends so that it gets matches with your regular colleges. You don't need to attend all the live classes on all the weekdays. The schedule is curated in a way that you can attend all the classes by comfort from your home on Saturdays and Sundays. You can utilize your holidays of college. Batch is already started on 17th of May. You'll be getting printed books delivered to your doorstep. There will be unlimited doubt clearing groups via Telegram, via live classes. You can connect with the faculties and you can ask all the doubts, all the questions of the live classes. You'll be given 50 marks, including NLSAT, NLU AIT, SLS, which is Symbiosis Pune, and 3 more examinations. So you will be getting 50 marks in this program. Plus, you will also get premium mentorship where our expert mentors will be connected with you and they will help you in building the strategies, making the roadmap, making the complete strategy for NLSAT. So this is the batch for you. If you want to enroll in this batch, you can use this coupon code LEYT10 and you can avail 10% discount directly on the batch prices. For more details, you can visit on the website. Let's get back to the paper analysis. So section-wise analysis, if we check, so based on the data given by the students and the official paper, by solving the paper, we were able to figure out that English section was easy to moderate. If you see the difficulty level of English section, it was easy to moderate. The key focus of the whole section was around vocab and grammar. I'll be deep diving in each the section separately also, but at macro level we can see that majority of questions were asked from either from the vocabulary or the grammar section. Moving on to GK and current affairs, according to us, the section was from moderate to difficult level. Why? I'll tell you in the coming slides. There were specific static GK questions, very specific static GK questions were asked without any links, random questions. That is why we are saying the question from the static GK were difficult, and the recent current affairs were also asked. Talking about the legal aptitude and the polity, moderate to difficult, again, questions came from constitution, legal terms, acts, articles, specific articles were asked. Judiciary structure, legal institutions, and legal definitions were also asked in the MCQ questions. Arithmetic and mental ability, we would rate it at moderate level. From arithmetic side, they asked questions on compound interest, ratios, time and work, square roots, coding, decoding from the LR part, statement and conclusion as well. So overall, these were the analysis, the section-wise analysis of the paper. Overall paper, I would say the paper for me, for us, was from moderate to difficult level because 3 out of 4 sections were from the moderate to difficult level side. Let's check each and every section. So let's analyze the English section, and this is very important for all the students who are appearing or going to appear for KLEE 2026. So please listen to this, hear to this very carefully. In the English language section, there will spell check, antonyms, synonyms, idioms, grammar, sentence formation, preposition, direct, indirect speech. The weightage of this section was 36 questions, which is roughly 30% of the paper. The difficulty level was easy to moderate. Now, the key trends, what we have analyzed after analyzing the whole section are as follows. Heavy emphasis on vocabulary. As I already told you, that the majority of section was driven by the vocabulary questions like misspelled words, antonyms, and synonyms as well. Idioms like call it a day and phrases such as a dime a dozen were tested. So even from the vocabulary, they had questions coming from the idioms part also. Grammar की अगर बात करते हैं, so in the grammar section, there were indirect and direct speech questions, interrogative sentences formation, and sentence correction as well, which was roughly around the 30% of the section. So if we divide the complete section, 60-70% of the section was vocabulary and 30-35% of the section was from the grammar part. So if you're preparing for KLEE, this is how you need to prepare for your English sections. These are the key areas which you can expect, or this can be the pattern which can be repeated in the year 26 as well. Now, moving on to the heaviest section of KLEE, that is legal aptitude. In the legal aptitude part, there were 42 questions, roughly making around 35% of the paper. Difficulty level was moderate, and the coverage, the questions type were constitutional law, Article 61, 124, 368 specific articles were asked from this part, from the constitution law. Legal GK, they asked definitions like quorum, probate, deed, proviso, and more such words. So definite legal GK definitions were asked. Legal awareness, Supreme Court structure was asked, benches, Lok Adalat, Nalsa, CAT, all these things were asked from the legal awareness part. They also asked questions from legal reasoning, where few logical statement based questions were asked, which is from 116 to 120. So, if we talk about the trend of legal aptitude, majority of questions were from legal awareness part, GK based, then complex legal reasoning, factual recall was a key. That means students who had a knack of numbers, data, they can recall the articles, they can recall the definitions, they had an edge while attempting this section. So if you're preparing for KLE 2026 and you're looking for legal aptitude section, this is how your whole preparation should be spread or divided into. Followed the remaining of the sections will be covered in the second half. Another announcement. So not only NLSAT, Legal Edge covers all the major law entrance exams covering 3-year LLB, be it BMHCT, PUCT, KLE, TS Law Set, AP Law Set. We cover all the major 3-year LLB programs, CUET for DU LLB, NLSAT, NLS, DSNLU Vishakhapatnam. So we're covering all the 3-year LLB examinations via our master courses. They are the courses for year long. They will be conducted for the complete year and will be preparing you for all the 9-10 examinations happening in the country. And by joining this batch, you will be prepared for all these examinations. Here you will be getting live classes, you'll be getting printed books, access to mentorship, mocks, topic test, doubt clearing sessions, and whatnot. So complete 360-degree package where we promise to deliver the best of the academics for all the 3-year LLB examination. So if you're curious, you want to know more about this batch, please visit our website, which is www.toprankers.com. I will share all the links in the description box of this video if you want to check the details of these batches. Moving further, for GK and current affairs section, let's check. So the section was moderate to difficult. Now this is a very important section, very interesting section, I would say, because very specific things were asked. So let's check how was this section. So the GK section leaned toward very specific, less commonly known facts. Now normally what happens in GK, that the whole paper in the remaining of the 3 years LB papers, what we have figured out is there's a balance of current affairs and static GK, or if there is a static GK, the questions are asked from very commonly known parts, commonly known structures, be it geography or history or polity. We can guess, okay, these are the areas they are going to ask the questions. But when we saw KLE 2025, the questions came from very random places when it comes about GK. So let's check. So you can check some of the questions which were asked. Now, Kabini, a Kaveri tributary, very less obvious to any aspirant. So they asked a question on a tributary of Kaveri River. Now, we don't know why this was asked. I'm sure I'm not a GK expert. There might be some connection related to any current affair event happened related to Kaveri, but they asked about the tributary of Kaveri. Similar to this, which river is not west flowing in Kerala? Again, this was very highly geographically targeted question, very uncommon question, I would say. Inauguration date of Vizhinjam port, very recent and specific. Now we can say that this is something a news you might have gone through in the recent months. So this is something which we can say, okay, it came from the recent GK part. And UNESCO heritage site, which is Jaisalmer exclusion, could trap even well-prepared candidates. Yes. So again, UNESCO heritage site about Jaisalmer exclusion. So, and this is not a very important event. I don't know. Again, I'm not a GK expert. So there might have been a news related to this. But again, this is something which will not catch eyes of aspirants to look for. This is not a fact which you will be doing revision when you are going to write this paper. So that's why we are saying that the questions asked in the GK and the current affairs part were very uncommon, very random, very unrelated, I would say. And no one can guess that these kind of questions could be asked by any competitive in any competitive examinations. If we talk about current affairs crossover, you can see the Nobel Prize 2024 in literature. Again, it was not very widely known or circulated thing, but they asked a question related to Nobel Prize in literature. President of Ukraine and UAE, as compared to US president and Indian presidents, they asked about UK's president and Ukraine's president and UAE president. Again, I would again mark it as a less known fact or less widely accepted fact. Jinnah airport location. Yes, we had Operation Sindoor, we had a Pak and India-Pak conflict, but there was no news as far as I been following the news. There was no news related to Jinnah's airport. So they asked a question specifically on the Jinnah's airport location. So again, if we analyze the whole section, we can say the questions were very specific, very geographically targeted, very tricky questions. It was not easy, and that is why we are seeing that yes, this section was more on the difficult side, and this is but obvious that maximum of the aspirants might have screwed up in this section for sure. Moving on to the arithmetic and mental ability section, the level of the section will be easy to moderate because again, the topics asked here are very commonly asked questions in maximum competitive examinations like coding, decoding, pattern recognition, word formation, analytical reasoning. May they ask questions from statement conclusion, average, ratio, proportion, all the regular topics which are asked in maximum of the papers. If we go through the 3 LLB examinations, percentage loss, compound interest, square roots, LCM, time and work, area of triangle, all standard 10th class mathematics questions were asked in this section, and that is why we are marking this as easy to moderate level of section. One more announcement: if you are looking, if you are excited, if you are feeling this video very important, feeling this video that this video is adding to your knowledge and you are inspired enough to prepare for 3-year LLB and you want to join in our 3-year long programs, here's another chance. You can win scholarships up to 100% by attempting our All India Scholarship Test. It happens once a month, at times twice a month. So updates, you can check onto the description box and you can appear this test. It's MCQ based test. And if you score good, based on scores and your ranks, you'll be awarded scholarships up to 100%. Last, so overall key takeaways for 26 aspirants are as follows. The pattern was similar to previous year. The structure and the subject weightage remained consistent with earlier KLE papers. So there was no major change in the pattern or the weightage of the sections. That means they're not playing with the pattern. The pattern is fixed. The structure is fixed. You can be rest assured that 25 pattern will be repeated in 2026 for sure. English plus legal had 70% weightage of the examination. That means these two make the most important part of the whole paper. Candidates with strong English comprehension, good awareness of constitutional, legal basics had an edge. So if you are someone who's very good in English, very good in comprehension, very good in grammar, and you are someone who's trying to solve more questions in legal, or who whenever you see any legal question or topic, you find it easy. You love reading legal topics. You are someone who you can easily understand legal topics. So in that sense, this paper was basically made for those students who had an edge in English and legal. Revised constitutional articles thoroughly. This is a major key takeaway from this examination, that you have to revise a lot. You have to revise specific article numbers. You have to revise specific definitions also. Legal maxims can be asked also. So you have to revise constitutional articles very thoroughly because they were specifically asked, especially related to precedent, judiciary, and fundamental rights. brush up spelling and vocabulary. Again, going back to the English part, you have to brush up your spelling and the vocabulary part because it was it had the major part of English section was asked from these two topics only, which is spelling and vocabulary. Don't ignore the basic maths. If you talk about the mathematical part of this paper, if you're good, I would say good or average in mathematics, and you have a decent maths in 10th class, you will be able to solve this section. So, not to worry about more about this section, I would say focus more on English, legal, and GK part. Uh, Practice legal terms as well and one word substitutions precisely. So if you will ask me, okay, by analyzing 25 paper, what are the major key takeaways? What are the major actionables I can look for? I can prepare for 2026. So this is something which you can focus on. You can take a screenshot of this part and you can start preparing for 2026. And if you find difficult, if you want to know more about this paper or you want to know about the strategy, looking for study material, mocks, or preparation, Legal Edge is here. You can reach us, connect with us. We'll guide you, and you can join our batches. You can attend free demo as well. All the links are given in the description box. For more such interesting videos, stay tuned with Legal Edge. If you haven't subscribed the channel yet, if you like this video, I would request to subscribe the channel, press the like button, press the notification button so that the latest video is being notified to you on priority basis. Do share this video with someone who actually needs this, who has appeared for KLE. This will really help him or her. With this message, signing off. Thank you so much for watching this video. Bye bye. Take care. Good day.